This is Erin Haskell here with Dr. Alexander Haskell, and we are here for daily detoxification. This is our first time on Google Hangouts, and we're just going to go with it. So I feel like I'm talking out to the ether of I don't know where. So how are you, Dad? This is my dad, Alexander Haskell, and we're going to give you a little overview today about what daily detoxification is, which is a spirit, mind, and body program. Yeah, you heard it, not body, mind, spirit, but spirit, mind, and body, because detoxifying is a process that always stems from within, and there is an innate healer in all of us that not only can heal, can help with dealing with, whether you're dealing with overweight issues, weight issues, or low energy, or all kinds of vitality things. Everybody is in the realm of detoxifying these days. So we have teamed up. My father is a naturopath doctor for over 30 years, and I do divinity work. So I am a specialist in spirituality. Imagine that. It's a really big claim that I don't really want to say that. I know nothing. I'm human and perfect in that. So anyway, why don't you go ahead, Dad, give us a little overview of why you chose to develop this program with me, Daily Detoxification.
Yeah, well, I think partly the inspiration came from so many years of dealing with people that were really suffering with a lot of different conditions, and over the years I realized that people were sick a lot because they were intoxicated from either living or working in very sort of chemical-laden environments, and as the body started to accumulate these residues of toxins in their system, sort of the weak links. You hear doctors say, well, your issue is because of a genetic problem, or because your uncle had this issue, it's a genetic predisposition, and therefore now you have it. But I really believe that these environmental sort of triggers, environmental toxic triggers, is what's starting to open up genetic weaknesses in the system. So obviously, no matter what location your physical condition is, and I should also add, either a mental condition as well, that really getting the impurities out of the body to lighten up the energy, and the body, as my daughter Erin mentioned, the body is divine, and that this inherent miraculous wisdom that we have all possessed since we were a tiny little seed, that wisdom is there, always present, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if we can unburden that, if we can offer that wisdom what it needs to repair, and also offload toxins that are held in the body, people are amazed at how their conditions improve and how their vitality improves, their emotions also begin to become more hopeful and positive, and the brain begins to function also with greater clarity of thought. So.
Fantastic. So the reason we are here, we're going to be here every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. in California time. So that's, what is that, Dad, in Eastern time? That's 3 hours difference back there. So yeah. It's going to be a little late back there, but you can always watch it on YouTube, these live events streamed to YouTube after. So this program is a spirit, mind, and body program. It's a 30-day program, but it has a ton of content. We wanted to break it down to where someone can take 30 days, have basically a 15-minute conversation each day, understanding how to detox the body, how to detox everything in the mind and spirit. So going over that, the spirit obviously is commanding as a perfect communication to the body. So like Dr. Alexander said, there is an innate healer in all of us. There is a divinity and a knowing and total vitality inside, but we have we've cluttered it, and we've put pesticides and limited beliefs and chaotic living and crazy lifestyles on top of it, and we're so bombarded that the energy is kind of like stuck, trapped beneath all of that. So this program is really taking everything off slowly, the pesticides, the processed food, everything, limited beliefs, fear, complaining, all these distinctions. It's going to be a fun program. There is so much content that we have for you guys. It is going to be a fun process. So tune in every Tuesday night and you can begin to have some of these distinctions. And we have this program begins the first of every month. So when you're really ready, because it is all about commitment, you guys. It's a decision and commitment. And in that, that's where the miracles happen. So I want to ask you a couple of questions, Alexander. First of all, what is it that you feel that the body is, as far as what are the 3 ways that they can begin the process of detoxification? This is a quiz.
Well, as you were speaking, I had this image of this candle, this light, and over time we tend to put these kind of different veils or covers over this beautiful bright candle, and it becomes more and more dim to our perception, but it's still that same bright inner candle. So those outer layers, those veils we put on, again, can be the physical veils of our exposure to environmental chemicals, especially in our home, and we'll talk about we say environmental, but a lot of the chemicals we're being exposed to are actually in our own homes and don't even realize it. Mm-hmm. Another veil could be that self-doubt, previous experiences, we've sort of accepted what we were told by other people as being true. Like, I'm not worthy of something in my life. That's another veil. A spiritual veil, it's hard to deal with sort of spirituality without getting into people's belief systems, or let's say religion, or a practice, and it could be Zen meditation, all these different types of practices that we consider spiritual. We might have a mindset that this is the best way, and therefore that veil is that I am different, I am disconnected to other people who have different belief systems. So all these veils are keeping our light from really shining brightly. Nice. What was your question again?
I know, seriously. The 3 ways. I'll answer it for him since he can't answer it. There's multiple ways of detoxing the body, but we found the 3 primary ways are through sauna work and fasting or modifying your diet. And we wanted to come up with a program that was not in a box, that allows the individual to educate themselves. The entire mission that we have is for people to take their health and wellness and happiness and vitality back into their own hands. And education is that path. So even though this is an experiential and action-packed program for 30 days, it gives you the choice. So we will take time helping you understand how to do sauna work, how to do fasting, and how to do diet modification. So we have broken down 30 distinctions of the spirit, the mind, and the body around this program. So we've given a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of research, even though Alex has been a doctor for over 30 years, to get into even just sugar alone. It's such a huge concept, but we felt if we're really going to take this distinction on, we want to know fully what's going on and how that is toxifying the body. So this has been a fun program for us, linking up together and educating ourselves beyond what we've even known. So some of the distinctions, even in mind, for example, we're going to be going through delayering limited beliefs, fear, justification, victimhood, blame, shame, secrets, lies, withholds, someday, procrastination, your movie, your drama, your stories, your negative emotions and feelings, expectations, which turn to resentments, judgments, negative thinking. I mean, it goes on and on. We're going to look at how we are speaking into existence the negativity into our life that is toxic, because the body has a response to emotions. So imagine what's worse. Is it worse for you to have a candy bar, or is it worse for you to go into rage? We've all had a major upset in our life where our whole body gets, the acid goes through it from all of the emotions that are being released. So it's all of it. We have to deal with the body, deal with what poisons and toxins we're putting in our body, and we have to think about what toxic thinking and toxic lifestyle we're choosing for our life. So, Dad, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the distinctions that we're going to go over for the 30 days around the body, and what has been the most fun? What are you most excited about to talk about? What are toxins in the body?
Yeah, and just to add a little bit onto what you had just said is that, the people that come to see me, that they're sort of like let's say two categories, if I can make that distinction. Some people are coming in because they're depressed, or it seems to be an emotional, sort of a emotional mental condition they come and see me with, and that's their window of how they're seeing their problem. Another person might come in because of a chronic physical illness, and they want to be fixed, so to speak, on a physical level. Mm-hmm. So part of this program, which I think is so unique, is that we believe there is no disconnection between the body, the mind, spirit, and emotions, that they can all be concurrently sort of addressed or dealt with. Because an emotion of sadness, I think we all understand that if we think about someone that we love right now, think of that person, hold it in your mind or your heart for a moment, you can feel your biochemistry shift. It's a palpable feeling. It's a biochemical immediate reaction to that feeling of love. The same thing is true with sadness. We can feel it. It's in a physical body. Vice versa, if there is a physical biochemical imbalance, we can experience emotions because of our chemistry. So there's definitely a link between the two.
I'm on live. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
So that was pretty much, I just wanted to, people that are entering the 30-day program, they're coming at it from different perspectives, but it's all interconnected.
I agree.
So, the primary thing about the physical body and detoxification is that a lot of people don't realize that when we're exposed to chemicals, when we're exposed to molds or plastic, the things we drink out of, etc., the aluminum foil our food comes in, or the microwave, whatever it may be, we ingest that. And the body tries to metabolize or detoxify or eliminate those toxins, but no single body or no single person is 100% efficient or effective in doing that. Therefore, those leftover residues, the body wants to get out of the bloodstream to protect the brain. It will compartmentalize those toxins. A lot of people don't realize this, that there's been a lot of different studies to understand how we collect residues, chemicals in our body, and there have been studies done where they actually take a sample of fat from a person and they can analyze hundreds of toxins in those fat cells. So anybody who doesn't believe that they have toxins stored up in their body doesn't understand the mechanisms of how the body, that's innate wisdom, is having to shunt chemical residues into the least important cells of the body, which are fat cells.
It's so
the
true.
idea is, let's get the...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's so true. I believe that people are so obsessed with just the calories, and the calories are just, they've proven this even through the China study, that weight gain is not necessarily calories. It is the acid, the toxins, all these things that get caught up in everything. Our body's coping with this. And whether it, and even, disease, look, I'm an advocate of Western medicine and preventative medicine. It is all good. It's just how extreme. Our body whispers to us. And it's whispering to us through all kinds of things like low energy, like weight gain, like some kind of effects that are going on within the body. And as we get the toxins out, it's coping. Our bodies are majorly coping. They're stressed out because they're dealing with all this toxins, all this burden. And once we take that burden out, that's why a big detox, most cultures do a detox multiple times a day. It's built in their rituals. We don't really do that anymore. We've gone, a lot of our cultures even gone away from religions, and that's a whole other conversation. But to detox the body so that it's innate healer comes out, so that the organs are freed up. Instead of coping, they're able to do the real work and deal with all these other things that flush the system. Life is, our bodies are a prime example of life. We are supposed to be in flow with the entire universe. We're allowing the abundance of the universe to flow through us and in and out of us. And the same thing with our body. If our bodies are stuck in flow because they're coping with one thing and it's a pent-up energy trying to deal with one thing, it can't flow. It can't get freed up. It begins to get constipated. The liver gets burdened. Everything goes up. And then it's like you said, I mean, all of a sudden the cup is getting full of toxins and it's overflowing, and the overflowing are the symptoms and the effects of the body, the beginning to get sluggish, beginning to gain weight, all those things. So this program, we felt, and I have found this in spiritual work, and Alexander has found this in dealing with people coming in for symptoms of the body, the work is the same. Because I can't deal with somebody on an emotional level if they haven't even dealt with whatever chemically is going on with them, whatever drug residues or alcohol residues or pesticides, whatever, all of that chemical stuff is playing into their emotions. So we need to get rid of all of that so we can see what is naturally there. What is there, we don't know until we free it up to see what is even there at that. So, Deb, we are about 16 minutes into it. So I would like you to give a little overview of what the actual 30 days is like.
Okay. So I think the pinnacle of this work has to do with what was said over 2,000 years ago by Hippocrates. And that is, he said there were two primary causes of disease or illness. One is when the body or the cells of the body are not receiving all the nutrients each cell requires for optimal function. Therefore, nutritional deficiencies is one cause of chronic illness. The other one was environmental toxins. And, you know, the environmental toxins in the days of Hippocrates is very different than now. I'd say we're much more overwhelmed with toxins than back in the day of Hippocrates, although living conditions were very difficult in those days. So that's pretty much the foundation of the program. The other thing I'll mention is something that physician Dr. Sherry Rogers mentioned in one of her first books called Detoxify or Die. She said, opening 3 sentences, doctors cannot cure you, medicine cannot cure you, only you can cure you. And I think she's speaking about this innate wisdom that we all have. That's the you she's speaking about. Mm-hmm. So the program really is education, understanding the toxins that we're being exposed to, these invisible, odorless, insidious toxins that most people have no idea about that they're being exposed to. Education will take you through the chemicals we're using most people are using in their home, the cosmetics, radon, which is very common, molds, extremely common, people don't realize it. So education is about what's happening, what are you being exposed to, and then providing some ways of eliminating those toxins from your home primarily, providing information about substitutes, as far as cosmetics and cleaning substances, and then simultaneously understanding how the body detoxifies, and understand those pathways. So we start to educate about the importance of saunas and how to do them safely and effectively. That's the external pathways of detoxification. Then we go through the internal pathways of detoxification, which is primarily improving liver function, improving gallbladder function, and elimination through the intestinal tract, improving the gut ecology. We then mention the reasons for doing a cleanse with organic fresh juices and why that is so important, and how to do that so that there's no danger in doing a juice fast, making sure that you have set aside the time you require for doing that juice fast. There's also some lab tests that we mention, things you might want to check out before doing a fast if you feel like your health is very compromised. So there's a listing of different lab tests you can have done through your doctor, we can also order lab tests for you. So it's a very comprehensive program. The ideal is to change a lot of lifestyles as far as your physical body is concerned, and Erin will speak a lot about emotional and mental aspects of purification as well.
And I want people to know that it sounds a little overwhelming. It could sound overwhelming, and we have simplified it. So don't get overwhelmed, because there are short videos you can watch every day. And through this process, you're going to have wins. There's no question about it. And the cool thing about all this program is that there's such complex things are also that you get this content. You can look back and read through modules and information on everything from sugars to emotional toxins to relationship toxins to the toxins that are coming through on all of our computer system and everything else. But you don't have to learn all of it in that 30 days. You will have action steps, and you will go through your own choice of your detoxification program. But there is a wealth of wisdom and information in this program, and you don't have to learn it all within those 30 days. You get access to all of that beyond those 30 days. So I'm so excited about even the mind chatter. We have everything from just think about if only for 30 days you didn't complain. I mean, imagine how much better your psyche would get over 30 days and how much less stress you would have if you learned the behavior of that. And these are behaviors. I'm trying to think what else we want to talk about as far as these are going to be going every Tuesday night. The website is dailydetoxification.com. Dr. Alexander Haskell has been a naturopath for over 30 years, and we are here for comments, for questions. You can email either one of us. Alexander's email is drahaskell, so drahaskel@gmail.com. Mine is erinfallhaskell@gmail.com. We have other programs. We have a 30-day program. It's very simple. It's an education, action-packed 30 days. Dr. Alexander also has a clinic, so some people need a bigger detox. There may be situations, there may be addiction, there may be, weight or issues dealing with, more advanced diseases, whatever that is. I do one-on-one coaching and personal detoxes, but this is an ongoing program. I invite you to join the conversation. Again, we start the program at the beginning of each month, and it's fun. I'm an advocate of the 30-day program because I do everything on 30 days now. Even if I'm doing something to produce something, doing writing, doing any kind of exercise, I love the 30-day program because if I do it every day for 30 days, it's so fun. You get like in this jolt of whatever it is that you want to produce for that month, and it becomes so fun. So even if you do a detox through diet modification for the first 30 days, because that's all you can do at this point in time, you can take it more extreme another month if you don't want to do it as extreme the first month. So what else do you want to add?
I think the only addition I have to make, and it was very nice what you said, and that is there comes a time in a person's life when they're ready to make some changes. They realize the things they're doing, the things that they're speaking, their actions, and their lifestyle that they become sort of in a groove on or embedded in a certain way of eating. They realize that, well, this just may not be working for me. And I think part of what we're trying to do, my daughter and myself, is to give people a broader perspective and some opportunities to engage in a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing their world and life in general. So it's really, if a person is really ready for change or ready to step into a new way of living and thinking, I think that it'd be great if people would be, open up to join in the community, in the conversation.
Yeah. Yep, in 30 days it's different. These are weekly things, and you'll be able to get a lot of information off here. But it's very different to join and go, okay, 30 days, I'm taking these distinctions, they're action-packed. every day, and anyone can do it. I don't care if you have a full-time job or even are a workaholic, whatever. It doesn't matter. 15 minutes out of your day. You know what I mean? You can take that time, educate yourself. Some people want to take, some sauna work and take a lot of time out of their day and really commit to the month to detoxifying all the way. For me personally, I like sauna work because sauna work, I have a hard time modifying my diet. I get the cravings and withdrawals and everything are intense for me. When I get in the sauna, it's very easy. I'm able to make really healthy choices with food because all the toxins are coming out of my body instead of having to go through all the systems. I get more cranky doing a detox that way. Each person's different. Some people don't like a sauna. Some people would prefer to do a juice fast. For me personally, that doesn't work. So you're able to educate yourself and pick what works for you. Saunas, I love them because all of the toxins just come out so much easier. We teach you what supplements you need to make sure you don't get headaches in the sauna. If you spend too much time in the sauna, it's very dangerous. So please don't do any of this program without seeing your doctor if you have the okay to get to do a major detox, and to make sure that this is not to compete with Western medicine, and this is not to cure, because we're not able to say that we cure. However, we see miracles all the time. So I want to disclose that. Also, if you have, Deb, what do you have as far as health issues that someone should be concerned about before they do a detox, to make sure that we are being responsible here?
I would say probably individuals with liver problems should be careful, hepatitis, etc. People, of course, that have kidney issues, they have to be really careful with cleansing. People with heart issues, they got to be careful about saunas. There's a few things, and maybe that should be another subject for another hangout. Is what kind of conditions should I be concerned with if I have this problem? Should I actually engage? But I think that part of our 30-day is that we are acting as a community, and we're available to help individuals with more severe problems, and really being able to guide them as to know how slowly they should begin. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, because a detox can be very scary. I mean, if you've never detoxed before, it can be intense depending on how fast you go through it. I've gone through detoxes where I felt like crap for a few days and literally got headaches and had to lay in bed, and it can be a gnarly experience. But as you educate yourself, you know what supplements to take if you get extreme symptoms, so you don't have to go through those symptoms. And that's why it's fun, and it's nice to have a support system and a community to know what works and what is normal, because there can be big withdrawals, and you want to make sure that this is a normal range of withdrawals and detoxing. So we're almost to we have a couple more minutes for the 30 minutes. I just want to end off with really excited about the commitment to yourself, the commitment for your own vitality, and to take your life, your health, get your mind straight, and get your life decluttered from things that aren't important to you. We'll even be looking at misguided value systems and looking into the process of what you value and where you want to spend your time on instead of toxic things in your life, toxic relationships, toxic lifestyle, and getting back to a life that you love, that has unlimited energy, because we all know that when we love what we do and we love our life, our energy level goes up automatically, let alone if our health is good, it goes up as well. But we want to look at all areas. So I'm going to let you close us out today, Alex, and whatever left you want to say, and how about it?
Yeah. Well, I think one distinction that makes this program different than anything else, because I'm sure that probably some people have tried to go through a cleanse and gone through maybe a juice fast, short time, or a water fast, but probably many of those people felt much better, but then slowly their health declined. They were right back to where they were before. And what sets this program apart is that if you're living in a home or working in an environment where there's toxins, you go through the cleanse and you feel better. But if you've not also addressed the toxins in your home or environment, eventually you're going to become saturated with toxins or residues once again. So what we're trying to do in the program is educate people about cleaning up their environment, at the same time going through a cleanse. And if the environment remains clean, the person will hold the vitality that they've gained through the purification. I think it's really important that we let people know that's our intention, is to maintain the optimal health that they deserve through going through the purification.
Nice. So join us, you guys, next Tuesday night, every night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be going over spirit, mind, and body. And have a wonderful evening, and we look forward to having you join this chat. Welcome to, there's a group chat, and I'm not sure how that works, but please put any messages down there. Please comment. We'll get back to you if we have not answered through this program. dailydetoxification.com. We are on Facebook also, and obviously YouTube and social media, so find us there, you guys. Have a great evening, and we will be back hanging out here soon. Okay, ciao, you guys. Bye.
Bye.